happening, gang? It's your boy Retro back again with another reaction video. Yeah. Today we got another huge update. I know you guys could probably already tell it is going down just by that title alone. We've got Fox News The 5 host Harold Ford Jr. competing, battling out against Jessica Tarlov in that competition to see who's been affected the most by that Trump derangement syndrome. And I will say, it looks like Harold Ford Jr. is taking the cake in this newest segment, guys. I'm excited to get into it. So we're not straight into it. So make sure you guys hit that like button, hit that subscribe button. Before we get into it, you guys hit that like button and also hit that subscribe button for your boy. Without further ado, let's jump straight into it, guys.
Kamala did speak today too, responding to one reporter's question, and it was a doozy.
How are you feeling about Pennsylvania?
I am feeling very good about Pennsylvania because there are a lot of people in Pennsylvania who deserve to be seen and heard. That's why I'm here in Johnstown.
Kamala could be getting a free car when she chats with DNC Speaker Oprah Winfrey next week. I can't wait. Meanwhile, Donald Trump is unloading on the biased ABC debate moderators who went on a fact-check rampage against him, while letting Harris hoaxes fly.
I thought the debate was great. I thought I did very well, but I was fighting three people. I was fighting the crazy left radical lunatics at ABC. I lost a lot of respect for David Muir. He came at me with things, and a guy who has good hair, but not as good as it was 5 years ago. David Muir tried to correct me when I said that crime is rampant like never before. This foolish man, this foolish fool.
Oh, this foolish fool. So we're still talking about the debate, Judge Jeanine.
Well, I want to talk about Kamala.
Sure.
I want to talk about the fact that when they asked her how she was feeling about Pennsylvania, she says, I feel good about Pennsylvania because there's a lot of people. And then, like, what did she say? You see, she can't say anything unless she's scripted, Harold. You're going to have to admit that. But let's talk about where we are. The race is unchanged. Even Kamala's aides say that the race is unchanged. The ultimate challenge is for Kamala to be able to get people to support her because Trump's numbers are not moving. They are solid. They're not going anywhere. And she believes she's got to disqualify him. So what is she going to do? She's going to lie for the next few weeks. All right. She's going to say everything she needs to say, to make people believe he's going to take away their Social Security. He's going to take away health care. I mean, all stuff that's been debunked. And obviously the media is not going to help him with any of that stuff. But the crazy part about this is that Trump and Vance have done 48 interviews and she and Waltz have done 8. Now she wants to do Oprah Winfrey, I hear. Now that should be interesting. I can't imagine that's going to be a tough one for her. But at the end of the day, it's 54 days and she still hasn't done a solo presser. And she said, now she's saying she needs more debate. She's the one who turned down the debate at Fox in the beginning of
I mean, come on, you guys, Judge Jeanine. This is why I always, go to her for a reference point, because she's going to call the balls and the strikes exactly how she sees. She don't care what side or what team you're playing for. She's going to call it exactly how she sees. And right here, she's calling out Kamala Harris, saying all of a sudden now she wants another debate. She's ready for another debate when we had ample opportunity at the beginning of this month. Fox News was scheduled. CBS was scheduled. It was so many different debates that was supposed to be going on. And Kamala Harris, where's she at? She chickens out, guys. But now she wants a rematch. No, you're not getting a rematch. And I'm so glad Donald Trump's taking his win and running with it, guys.
She needs more debate. She's the one who turned down the debate at Fox in the beginning of September. Now she's feeling confident, and she wants more debates. But in the end, it's not going to do her any good. No one has changed. She hasn't changed anyone's mind. It's like she got out there and she spoke, and people were like, "Wow, she can talk for 2 minutes. She's good." And finally, I want to remind you of what Sanders said. He said, Bernie Sanders, her values never changed. I don't think she's abandoning her ideals. She's just pragmatic about what she needs to do to get elected.
Mm-hmm.
Come on,
Greg,
now.
you saw Donald Trump out in California talking about Kamala not ever working at McDonald's, talking about David Muir's hair. Mm-hmm. How did you think the president did out there?
I was just listening to him, and I was focusing on the issues, unlike you, Jesse. He talked about this. It's kind of a sense of how America is with sanctuary cities and crime, homelessness, mental illness. It's as though the chickens have come home to roost, which is a phrase I just coined. Every time the Democrats remove a boundary or a limit or a disincentive, it has a consequence, and it's a consequence they never mention. So when you see crime and the chaos and the frustration of the American people, those are the consequences. But there's one consequence that the Democrats should feel most responsible for: Donald Trump. He's the direct, I mean, they hate him, but he is the direct result of what they wrought. Democrats abandoned the foundations and structure of society, whether it's on the border, support for police, civil order, patriotism. These are all kind of
Hey, Greg Gutfeld's right on the right track too, saying, hey, they created this beast, this giant that they, so desperately want to take out, guys. They made this man. That's the reason why America get behind him so much, because they abandoned all these ideals. Donald Trump picked them all up and ran on them, guys. Come on now, listen to Greg.
for police, civil order, patriotism. These are all together you feel and sense a decline. Do you think Trump would have even run if the state of the country was fine? Do you think he'd be doing this if crime, immigration, foreign policy, economy was operating under reasonable conditions? If he couldn't make it better, if he couldn't make it, even if as a self-interest person, you don't go in when things are going great, because then you look bad when it goes down. You go in at the bottom so you look good.
I always go in at the bottom.
That is true, Jesse, but let's leave your personal life out of this.
You sicko.
I don't think it's the MAGA movement that inspired Trump. It was the Democrats who drove this country down. Trump is fueled by the same thing that Americans are. We're just fed up with being fed up.
He's a turnaround artist. He came in 2016, did turn things around, and then it got wrecked. He's now coming back, looking for another comeback. You think he's got it?
Well, I remember talking to him in 2015, doing an interview when he was talking again about running for president. We all sort of said, is this another head fake? Because he does this and everybody gets very excited and wants to hear what he has to say. And when we were wrapping up that interview, he said to me, I don't feel like you're taking me seriously. And I said, because I think you've got so much at stake. And he said, that's why the only reason I would run, this is back in 2015, is if I thought I had to do it to save the country. I think that's truly where he's motivated from all those years ago. And listen, if most of the mainstream media, supporters of the vice president think she won the other night. And if you believe that, then you should want her to do the press conference that we saw with him today, where he's talking economy and border and crime and water usage rights. I mean, why not let her go out and show that she can do those things? She's got some caution from within her own party. Representative Clyburn, remember, just days ago said, I don't really think you should do the one-on-one interviews because they drill down and then you may end up saying something that could be used negatively against you. But that's the whole point of vetting a candidate.
It is. Harold, do you think she's going to get drilled down on when she does the big Oprah interview?
I hope so. I hope that they get substance. Well, you asked the question. I'm going to answer the question. Belated happy birthday again.
Harold off to a rocky start already. We all know this is going to be the most softball questions asked during this Oprah interview. We're going to get her favorite dish, her favorite side dish, maybe favorite snack, outdoor activity. We're going to get the most vague, nothing on top of what she stands for, her policy. It's an Oprah Winfrey interview. She might walk out of there with a new car. Come on now, in a jet ski. Like, this is Oprah, guys.
They get substance. Well, you asked the question. I'm going to answer the question. Belated happy birthday again.
Oh, thanks, Harold. And thank you for the robe. Thank you for the robe. Though it is kind of short, but that's okay.
By design.
Yeah.
I'm in favor of both candidates doing more press conferences. I agree with you, Shannon. I think they should do another debate. I've said before, it's really an affront to the country that the two people who want to be president, who want the privilege of serving us as president, won't stand side by side at least 3 times. The idea that we're going to allow candidates to dictate to us when and if they're going to debate is something foreign. I hope that we end the tradition after this race. 2, in a democracy, the point of it is to give voters a choice. I think the choice that both candidates are giving us right now, Judge, about the economic policies, the only thing I've heard concretely is that President Trump wants no taxes on tips and overtime pay. Interesting ideas. at a time in which we have a $36 trillion debt. I'm just curious what does that do for growth? And then she wants to provide down payment assistance for home ownership, first-time homeowners, and provide child care credits. I get the rationale for it, but how does that fit into an overall a kind of economic plan? Neither of the candidates have laid any of that out, from education to health care. We've heard a little bit about the border. Think about this. We are paying this year $1 trillion in interest payments on our debt. That's more than we pay for national defense. The first time that has ever happened. I didn't hear a question from ABC about that. I do wish the president would stop complaining about the refs. You're a grown man. You're a rich man. You're a former president. Stop complaining. Give us your ideas.
Oh my goodness, I not think I've ever seen Harold Ford Jr. this incorrect. I mean, he is just loud and wrong. Oh my goodness. Saying that Donald Trump needs to grow up, be mature about what happened the other night on ABC during the debates. I mean, listen to this guy. Does he hear himself? Donald Trump did not have a fair fight in that race. I'll say that right now. He did not have a fighting chance at all. From go, Donald Trump even said it in his presser. This was a 3v1, if not a 4v1, with the communications that we're now getting she had in her ear. I mean, like, where was Donald Trump not mature about the whole situation? It wasn't like he walked away from the debate, walked away from the podium, because anybody who noticed it was rigged, anyone else, I feel like would have just walked away from the podium. Like, they're not even trying to hide it. The fact that they're cheating, covering up for this lady, and they're fact checking me nonstop. This guy, Harold Ford Jr., I don't know where he comes up with this stuff, but it's like him and Jessica Tarloff sit in a room and they just think of the most bizarre, outlandish things to say. It really grinds my gears. Listen to this, guys.
What happened? I didn't hear a question from ABC about that. I do wish the president would stop complaining about the refs. You're a grown man. You're a rich man. You're a former president. Stop complaining. Give us your ideas. And for Kamala Harris in Pennsylvania, we need more than that. Saying you're here to give people and give voice and give face to supporters, and I'm for you. We need more than that. The country needs to hear more about what you're going to do and how you're going to do it. Because if you're elected, whether you're Donald Trump or Kamala Harris, you want to have somewhat of a mandate to do something. You may not get the overall 55-45 vote or a commanding 300 plus electoral votes, but give the country a sense of what you want to do on the big issues that confront us each and every day.
But
and thus far, we don't have that.
The country has had the benefit of seeing what Trump can do with the Trump tax cuts and seeing what Kamala's doing with the inflation and the economy and the immigration.
No one vote.
Exactly. Look, Harold's about to say the most Trump deranged statement. Watch this, guys. I guarantee it, because Judge Jeanine is absolutely right. We've seen what Donald Trump can do as far as a turnaround for this country. Kamala Harris, on the other hand, we've only seen her drive this country into the dirt. Like, come on, you guys, listen to it. Come on.
The country has had the benefit of seeing what Trump can do with the Trump tax cuts and seeing what Kamala's doing with the inflation and the economy and the immigration.
No one vote. When you go to the iPhone store in the coming days, you're going to order the iPhone 16. No one's clamoring for the iPhone 11. They want to know what do we have coming ahead of us?
I want the iPhone that's going to work, and I want the immigration policy that's going to keep these people out.
And he is yet to give us. All I'm saying is, Judge, I hear you. And
good.
I know.
Oh, he was about to say that he's yet to give us his plan on the border crisis. No way he was going to say that. He had to catch himself, because even he knew that was too far out there to just say that on live television. Listen to him, catch himself.
We have coming ahead of us.
I want the iPhone that's going to work, and I want the immigration policy that's going to keep these people out.
And he is yet to give us. All I'm saying is, Judge, I hear you. And
good.
I know you hear me too. And if I'm not, you're defending your position. I get it. I just want them to stand side by side, and let's get some issues in this next time they have this debate. When you have the press conference, Vice President Harris.
Harold, that time has far sailed. It's gone. That ship sailed. We're not going to do another debate. We've seen the way you guys are going to placate, softball for Kamala Harris, fact check Donald Trump. I mean, why would Trump have any faith in a second debate? We showed the American people everything that needed to be shown. Everyone can see now that Donald Trump is not some crazy man who's making it up to say that the lamestream media, these left-wing lunatics, are after him in every single way. We can now see it. Come on now. Why would he give him another shot? Don't need another shot to, screw me over again. You already got me once.
Let's get some issues in this next time they have this debate. When you have the press conference, Vice President Harris, I want them to query you about how do you plan to do these things? Are you concerned about the debt? No one ever asked President Trump about the debt. So these are the things I'm concerned about.
So then you agree the moderators didn't ask the cutting questions, right, Harold?
I would have asked different questions.
Good, thank you.
Get a room, you two. Honestly, get a room.
Yo, there we have it, guys. Harold Ford Jr. I told you guys on the front half, he is competing neck and neck with that Jessica Tarlov, and who is most affected by that Trump derangement syndrome. I mean, come on. He's going to keep covering up for Kamala Harris no matter what. Now he's saying that Donald Trump isn't forthcoming with his policies just as much as Kamala Harris. He would like to see both the candidates propose their plans, their ideas, when Donald Trump's has been laid out on the table from Jump Street. It truly blows my mind to see that folks are still able to support, Kamala Harris after seeing the way they try to cover up for, they see these lefties losing it, these lunatic lefties losing it. It just doesn't make sense to me how they're not waking up by now, the multiple attempts on Trump, in his life, the charade cases, the legal lawfare, political witch. I mean, like all the stuff, the, rigged debates. There's so many examples listed out, and folks are still able to get behind and say, yeah, I'll support the person who is not willing to do a one-on-one interview, to do pressers with reporters to get her policies, her ideas, what she truly stands for. You guys would rather be sitting in the dark than be with a candidate who is just the most transparent guy you ever see, is going to be as forthcoming as possible, giving us information that sometimes I don't think we need to know or we should be privy to. But Donald Trump's going to tell it all how it is, guys. And that's why he's getting so much support. Yo, hop in the comment section. Let me know your thoughts, man. Harold Ford Jr. showing that he may take the cake, might win the award for the most Trump deranged man on this planet, I think, guys. Hop in the comment section, man. Let me know your thoughts. Also, make sure you guys hit that like, hit that subscribe button. If you'd enjoy more content like this, catch you guys on the next one.